So in the rural area, if this person's in the urban centers, whether the person's in Obalga or Falga, wherever. So that's in River State this morning. That's our concern. Why? And I'll tell you why. Because you know how when we were younger, I do believe they still tell children these things. Oh, children are the leaders of tomorrow. In fact, there used to be a song, children, something. You are the leaders of tomorrow. Yeah, all those things they used to tell them. Right now, the question is, are they really the leaders of tomorrow? Because the tomorrow that we're talking about was the yesterday that we were in, right? The tomorrow that people are talking about is the yesterday that we were in. Now, recently, the Fubara, that's River State Governor, said, he will not politicize projects and social services to the people. He made this comment, during the dualization of the Omokwe Woman Road project. You know what? Let me not talk too much. Let me let you, hear from him. This is him, and I'll tell you why the children are involved.
He has taken up in full control of governance in River State. We want to thank him because governance is about the people, and he has chosen the mantra "People first." What else can be added to that? And
people first. People first. Children are people, right?
My job today is to tell you thank you and to assure you that whatever we say, we will live up to it. We will not make promises that we will not keep. We will make promises after checking our resources. We will make promises that is within our capacity to deliver and delivering it at good time. You might not understand. This is not politics. This is giving back.
Okay, so you heard that, right? Good. These are the questions that you have to answer this morning. If your children are by chance beside you, or if you're in a place where you have a lot of children, please turn up the volume because this very heavily concerns them. Listen to these questions. Number one, are the current political figures, that would be the Simnalaye Fubara, that would be the people who just left the studio just now, the gentlemen who just left the studio, that will be the local government councillors and chairmen, that will be the representatives of the different local government, both at the state and federal level, all of them, particularly in this River State, that in the past 6 months, there's not been any weekend that you don't have something being made mention of them, right? These political figures, are they setting a good example for the Rivers children? Are they setting a good example for your Rivers children? Number two, what professions do you see like Rivers children tilt towards in the future? In the future means, maybe another 5 years when some of them will get into university, maybe another 3 years when some of them will be graduating, whatever it is. What profession? Because before it used to be the lame professions, the lawyers, architects, medical doctors, engineers. Now there's so many of them. But you see, in the river space in particular, there seems to be a bit of a shaking body type of thing. I'm not quite sure what's going on. And number three, should children be groomed to play active role in politics? Ladies and gentlemen, the phone lines are good. 017-923-0002, 0817923-0007. At Nigeriainfo PH is where you find us online. That'll be on Facebook and on X. At Nigeriainfo PH is where you find us on Facebook and on X. WhatsApp, Telegram, 0809-030-6416. Are the current political figures, are they setting a good example for the Rivers children, whether they are in Jonkrama, whether they are in Ozuzu Eche, whether they are in Rumokoro, Rumokuta? And no, it's not just the governor. Political figures such as the pair who left here about 15 minutes ago.
The views and opinions shared on this program do not represent the position of Nigeriainfo FM. Nigeriainfo, let's talk.
And now, hello Port Harcourt with Jude on 92.3 Nigeriainfo.
Well, we have Promise who's in Gokana. Promise, good morning to you. Welcome to Hello Port Harcourt.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning. Happy Children's Day to you.
Yes, same to you and your family. Yeah, the question you ask, it seems like a contemporary question. You know, looking at the political crisis in River State, and it's not just peculiar to this time. For over some period of time now, this issue has been occurring and occurring, and have actually affected our children to a great extent. Now, looking at the foundation of our children, talking about from the standard of living in River State, coming from the medical sector and the educational background, you will discover that there is not stability in the health system. There is no stability in the educational system. Now, few weeks ago, the government of River State acknowledged that the primary education system in River State is not just below expectations, but below what anyone can think of. And we expect that the government should have declared state of emergency on education, particularly the primary section. But up to now, nothing has been done. So, and meanwhile, money has been spent on politics. Money has been spent in the courts. Money has been spent in doing marriage and all that. You know, the government, when it comes on, we are happy because it's civil servant. And I'm sure that he has some good record, he has some good visions about the state. But he has been distracted. So we need our politicians to decide before coming to take over power in this state. You know, politics aside, we need to set a good precedent, build a good foundation to which our children can come and inherit.
Okay. Miriam, do you have hope for your children? Are they seeing what's going on? Are they good examples set by the political figures? Hello, Muriel.
Hi, Jude. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Happy Children's Day to you too.
Wish you the same, please.
Thank you. Look, Jude, I think the average River child is very far from politics and happens in River State. Honestly, the time they took out in history from our curriculum, when they did that, it really did a lot of damage to the children. That was, they didn't really know their past. So they are not really concerned about politics. What's happening now? You know, some of them, when they get this phone, it's very difficult for you to really convince them to tune into FM stations. You just want to listen to music and the like. You see that every child should be so interested in politics, especially the children of politicians. Trust me, Jude, if the children of politicians are listening to radio every day, you see that it will go a long way to curb the way their parents behave, the politicians themselves. Because they know that their children are not listening. That's why they come out and they become so violent, they bring out vulgar statements, they threaten each other, they become absolute users, they become absolute users of in the state, and they just want to do anything they want. The children just relax and wait for the ladders, you know, that comes out of their parents' political. They don't know how their parents behave on radio and on national TV. Children don't even listen. The average Nigerian child should be taught. If there is a way we can incorporate it in those skills and curriculums, let them know about politics.
Okay.
It's not just when you go to university you want to do political science and the likes. Please, in secondary schools, let the children be interested. You see that if they learn politics and they need to write exams about it, you see that they will begin to listen to radios, they will begin to listen to political programs. But they don't. And the average child is you said what was the question again? You said if the average I just told you they are not interested.
Okay. All right. Now, Bright is in Rumuduma. Bright, good morning to you, please. Hello, Bright. Hello? Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay. Now, Bright. Hi.
Good morning.
Good morning, Bright. We're about to go on a commercial break. I'd like you to call back in about 2 minutes, please. Thank you very much.
Okay.
All right, thank you very much. All right, so Mira says, look, these children are being distracted. They don't care. They don't know. And the parents of these children are not doing enough to let them know what they do. They're ignorant. We'll be back.
Oh, no, people look at that.
...2024. It is Children's Day. Like I said earlier, it is a bank holiday in the UK and parts of Europe and also in the US. It's Children's Day here. This is the day when a lot of people usually, let me say usually, but back in those days, it was a very big theme to have children from secondary schools and primary schools march out, file out, and get on to the local stadium, and then they have match parades and competitions of alike. just to showcase, to the governors or back then to the military administrators what they've been learning so far in school. It was actually built to show the nationalistic tendencies and obviously the way the schools were inculcating, imbibing this become good and well-meaning citizens of that place. But now the subset which we're looking at this morning is Rivers State. In the past 6 months, or if not a year, there's been so many ups and downs, so many juicy, in the words of the local person, juicy stories coming out from River State. Yes. But are these juicy stories what the children that we are going to bequeath this wonderful city, this wonderful culture to? Is this what they should be prepared for? Is this what they should be aspiring to become? Claims, counter-claims, argument, and rebuttals, sometimes even devolving into violent statements, accusatory statements, inflammatory statements. All of these things have been coming up one way or the other within the polity that is, in quotes, River State. So, this day, the most important people in all of this, shenanigans going on are the children. Because those of you who are 45 and above, those of you who are in the helms of affairs, the corridors of power, whether it's a government house, the secretariats, whatever the ministries, you all will not carry your government house into the grave. You're going to leave it for somebody. And I thought the aim of every good parent is to leave something good, worthwhile for their children. Ibiso is speaking to us from Audley Road. Ibiso, good morning to you. Welcome to Hello Port Harcourt.
Good morning.
Good morning, please.
Happy Children's Day to all of us.
Yes, indeed.
My brother, politicians. The problem there is, some of them when they are going out to make this argument in radio station, they should tell their children to tune to that station. Because most of them, when they say A today, they say B tomorrow. And their children are, some of them, their children are learning from them. Some of them, their children, they are still young. Maybe they are the age of 4, 5, 6. So most of these politicians that you see, they are not setting a good example for their children. They will say that I'm a politician. That's the way it's the office. Sometimes take them to the office, know your associates. Because what they are doing, counter-argument, they will bring this picture of this man and put in their house, this is my leader. Tomorrow they're going after this is my leader. Before that children will get up to maybe 15 years, they have five leaders. And they are not setting good example to their children and to the society. Because if you are a father that has integrity, you will not say good morning, Jude, and in the afternoon say that I did not give you good morning. Today, if the thing favor you, hey, Hosanna, tomorrow, you call your fellow politicians vampire, aspire politicians before your children. And I pray this thing that they're doing, their children should not transfer it to their brother's children, because once you see that there is a disunity, this person will have it in mind. This person is not good enough with my father. And that thing will linger. Most of them, what they're doing now, they send their children abroad and use other people's children for shame, the way they are doing it in Gaza now. Because if you want to benefit from the government, and you say that you want to make anything that will bring protest, I used to say, bring your children and your wife, you are the beneficiary. They should come and stand
in front
here and do the protest. Because most of them are not giving good examples. If you ask them, they say my occupation is politics. Politics of deceit. What are you teaching the children? Now today, Children's Day, they will not teach them good things. Rather, if maybe the governor today is hosting children, they'll say, don't go. It's my enemy. You are already building that in that person in your children, and they'll take it to the school, to the church. So I pray these children should touch their hearts for them to have to think, because they are not doing well to Rivers. And most of them, you see that if you graduate maybe in the next coming 5 years, they've already conquered the youth by not giving them good job, so there will be that their target suffer them to be loyal. If not, if you read communication, you have to go and work in the communication sector. Then what they will do, they will say, come and do my essay on strategy on media.
Okay.
So you will be following them up and down without using that your CV very well.
Zion, this is Jerry. We have Ken from Ubumini. Ken, just give us 2 minutes. Zion, let's hear from you, please.
The question is, for now, are the Rivers children even children.
Because
we are talking about children here, we're not talking about politician children. No. Isn't also?
Yes.
We are talking about
Rivers children.
Rivers children. How many Rivers children have gotten scholarship? How many Rivers children can be associated to the affairs of River State today? How many of them are benefiting? There is this common lazy word we normally bring in this our environment. Do what you think of what you do for America, and I was not what America will do for something.
It was a quote by JFK. Think not what a country can do for you, but what you can do for your country.
Okay. How many Rivers children are we to that part? The truth is this: we took away their innocency. We took away their pride. We took away their playing environment. We build houses. We build roads. We took away that environment that should be playing under the sun, under the rain. We did not give them medicals. We did not give them good environment to school. We did not give them opportunity to be children. And you are expecting them to learn what? Growing up as a child, we listen to the news. How many Rivers children are listening to the news today? At the mention of the national anthem, we are triggered to stand still until it's finished before we go to where we are going to. How many Rivers children can be that patriotic today? How many Nigerian Rivers children today can say, yes, so the government is hosting a party for children. We are going there. Mr. Zion is doing a party. You were small in this Port Harcourt to attend parties like that. In the estate today, were there not estate children that play together? Do we still play together? The children, do they still play together? They are all enticed with their phones. They are tired of being children because we have nothing to offer them. But thank God for Governor Simfu Bara that are now looking at the adjectives to protect the children. The UB now they are capturing, they will soon deploy the teachers down there. So definitely, the River children have a man called Governor Simfu Bara to protect them, Mr. Zion.
All right. Thank you very much for some very strong words there. Making reference to what was obtainable in the time past. Ken is in Ubumini. Ken, good morning to you. We have Victor Rumokrushi, but Ken, let's hear from you, please.
Good morning, Jude.
Good morning, please, Ken. Thank you very much for your patience. Victor, give us 2 minutes, please.
Jude, I think I weep for our children here in River State.
Oh dear.
River children who don't have time with their parents. River children who cannot be proud of what their parents are telling them, showing them, and inculcating some substantial knowledge to them. Today is Children's Day. Where is our zoo? Today is Children's Day. How many parents had taken their children or child to a place of amusement? Today is a Children's Day. On which area will you see grouping of children in different calibers that indicate that really today is indeed a children or Children's Day? Otherwise, the ones that are the parents of the children who claim to be politicians, who I tag as those who don't have handwork, because I don't see politics as a handwork. It is what they manipulate that make them to be whatever they want to be and where they are today. When your turn misses, you misfired and you start looking for how to hunt and make others to be miserable. Is politics a handwork?
Well,
I pity for the children who cannot tell his other child that my father is a this, my father is a that. Otherwise, they will all be known and seen as politicians who don't have hammer or tools
Victor is a rumor cushion. Do you share similar sentiments? Welcome, please.
Okay, Jude, good morning.
Good morning, please. Thank you for your patience.
I didn't understand when the conversation has changed from children. Okay, now I asked this question more than how many times on the radio station here. That what I'm seeing in the Nigerian politics, are we laying a good legacy to the children? I ask this question because, like, for instance, when I listened to the conversation morning crossfire, I listened to what was going on there, and I was asking myself, do these two persons, one of these persons, I don't want to mention them, do they really think the children are listening to him? If your children are listening to you, what is that good legacy that you leave for your children? That is, you are trying to serve a particular person, and then forget about the people. What are you teaching people? What are you teaching your children? What is the example? I keep asking this question. When these politicians are doing these things, and we pay children, they are politicians, leave them, that's how they are doing. But we are passing information to the next generation.
Good
what
point.
are we passing? What is the information? What is the picture we are painting for tomorrow? Because if you ask me, the picture that they are painting here is that the poor will continue to be poor, and the rich will continue to be rich, so that when they press you on poverty, they can be able to use you the way they like. That's what they just show. That's the picture that they are painting to the next generation. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Now, let's get to the second question. Now, I remember back in the late 80s, early 90s, up until I'll probably say the early 2000s, the turn of the century, the lame courses, I know I'm not trying to downplay them, please, but that's the acronym. Talking about the legal profession, a lot of people were being pushed to get into school to become lawyers, architects, medical doctors, engineers. All right. Now, these days, thankfully, you have people who are getting into social media, content creation, web design, videography, photography, and all the other griffies all around the place. Now, from your standpoint, where do you think Rivers children will be tilting towards in the future in terms of profession? Bright is a room. Udumaya. Bright, good morning to you, please. Thank you for calling.
Thank you, Jude.
Good morning, please.
Good morning. Happy Children's Day.
I wish you the same.
When we talk about the legacy of our current politicians down to the current children that are the leaders of tomorrow, two things are there. Can you hear me?
Well, listen to you, please.
Yes, it's like home video.
Wow.
Let me say Nigerian home video where you will learn good things and also bad, based on the one you try to learn. And when we talk about politics also, so many things are involved. Religion, tribalism, and so on and so forth. All these things come from the grassroots before it gets to the top. Now, when it comes to politics as a totality, we are talking about talking about governance. Now, these people, I believe, they are also passing to the children good legacy. It could be bad one, it could be good one, depending on the one you want to choose. And before now, far back as I know, or as I heard before now, concerning history, though many people that have led Nigeria, Rivers State, there is none that are not going to maybe tribalism or the other. Every politician has these things at the back of his or her mind, going into power. What I will do for my people? What will I do to empower my people? All these things must be there. Now, it depends on the person, talking about good governance. Now, when it also comes to the politicians also, current ones, like the Rivers State governor and the FCT minister, all those crises are normal in politics. Another thing is that, how are you going about it? That's another thing. What are you telling people? Is it maybe in politics they say no permanent friend, no permanent enemy? But the same politics, they assassinate people. Are they not permanent enemy by killing others? These are the reality. So I believe that they are also passing good this thing to the children based on what each person wants to also grow with after graduation by becoming adults. Thank you.
All right, Bright, before I let you go, what about career choices. 2 decades or 3 decades ago, every child will be told, go and be a doctor, go and be a lawyer, go and be an engineer, go and be an architect, go and be an accountant. But these days, there's a variety. Where do you think your cousins, your nieces, or even your children will be choosing their profession?
Yes, when we talk about this profession, naturally, before now is there. We were only, let's say, fooling ourselves by channeling ourselves to maybe doctors and lawyers. When there are other professions that do well, a businessman that is well grounded will do well more than a doctor. Do you understand? Based on the current situation in the country or the state, we believe in wealth. If you don't have money, you are nobody. Me as a person, if your family is poor, maybe being a woman, you won't marry my son. If your family is poor, being a man, you don't marry my daughter.
Wow.
So these are realities to life. So when we talk about that, you can be a businessman, be better than a doctor and a lawyer. How many doctors, lawyers do we have? How many of them go to court? How many of them can defend somebody? They will send you to prison. Thank you. Worship right.
Okay, worship right. It's not particularly optimistic as to what's going to happen in the future in terms of choices. Just make money, he says. Good morning, Jude. You see, considering the happenings in the state by political office holders, it is rather shameful as their reasoning is centered around themselves. It's got to show whom they really are. Now, because you can only offer what you have, the future is not within the confines of the actions or inactions. It is unfortunate. That's from George. All right, thank you very much, George. John Wagugu says, Jude, the political figures in Rivers State and Nigeria, to a great extent, are not good examples. Jude, the family values to a great extent have collapsed. No more role models in homes and in our institutions. Only a few of these children want to be lawyers, engineers, etc. Many would passionately go into Yahoo business and thereafter join politics just to loot the treasury. Jude, good character is fast on the wane. John Wagugu with that comment. Bright, good morning to you.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning. Welcome, please.
Yes. Happy Children's Day.
I wish you the same, Bright. Happy Children's Day.
Yeah, I think on this topic, what I know is that these are our children right now. They're on the jet age. They know more than us. I bet you most of us talking to them cannot even type 8,000 words per minute. And these guys understood even the telephone, what they understood in our telephones and so none of us know it. But we're depriving them from doing the right thing. Because what they keep on seeing is one assembly attacking the other assembly, another governor attacking the other governor. You know, what are they going to learn from us? Spiff, when he was a governor, is about 25. He's a baby governor at that time. But as a child, whatever they were enjoying today, the state secretariat, everything was built by him. That is at that age. So our children right now, what they're learning is to follow us as a crowd wherever we are, wherever you see the governor or where you see the FCT minister, you see crowd like that. They are not learning anything again from us. They look at us as if you support him, you survive. You support this other one, you survive. Is that the legacy we are talking about? Right now, look at what the current governor wants to do. That is the only area I would, think and thank him, because we want to build vocational centers. We want to build some youth development areas. The youths are the leaders of tomorrow, we said before. But the tomorrow doesn't come because the older people don't want to live. They keep on dragging power on daily basis. How can a man of 90 want to come back to be re-elected? They don't want to leave power for this youth to galvanize the power and use it for the benefit of everybody. You don't know what to do. You have reached a peak and you don't want the next person to follow. It's heartbreaking. And they don't have the energy to do that. They only have words to talk. Somebody that cannot jump from here to Lele is talking on radio.
But is that necessarily a criterion for a good governor, a good leader?
Yes. Sports is always a criteria. The former governor, the Royal Academy is built. What is happening there now? You have to keep the minds of these youth busy. I get it. When you are in sports, you think better. Today, I think we're enjoying Adokia Mismaka Stadium. All these routines we're talking about. They achieved this record when they were youth.
Fair enough.
When they were youth, they also go to school.
Fair enough.
They mixed skill, sports with academic. So what are we giving out to our youth now? Every time they are in a crowded area, wherever the governor goes, they follow him. Wherever the minister goes, they follow him. Is that what we're going to enjoy now? I'm not going to leave the seat. When it comes to come 31st or come 18th of June, they let them. Who are you going to use? Are you the youth? They're going to use. Can you fight personally? In the era of River State going to crisis is gone. Nobody will fight for them. If you make noise, you come up by yourself and fight. Our youth, when we are small, today now, they will take us to our parents, will take us to zoo, they will take us to a library, they will take us to various areas. Who's going to the library again to read? And even if you go to the library, the libraries are dated, no computer, nothing. People don't know what to do. They want to occupy space. They should all get out from there and get lost.
Bright is very, very animated this morning. Charles Imumbe, good morning to you, please.
Good morning, Jude.
Good morning. Doing? Very well. Good morning, please.
Jude?
Yes, please.
What you have today is the function of a failed society, which starts from the home, goes to the church and the school. Jude, I bet when you were young, if you step out of line, your dad and your mom are going to whip you back to shape. True or false?
There was a kid at every doorstep in my house. It's terrible.
Thank you very much. But today, what do you have? Parents don't have time for their kids. Let's start with the fathers. How many fathers sit with their kids to talk to them as friends, mentors, and confidants? What you have today is fathers going out to have Isiewu and the rest of it. And when you go back home, your kids are sleeping. If your kids are not sleeping, they are sitting with your wife and watching Telemundo, Z World, I do worshiping that program, whatever it is it's called, and the rest of it. How many mothers now sit with their kids to go through what you were taught in school and find out how your day was in school?
Okay, Charles, now that's narrowing down to probably a microschism. But if we look at, the people who...
Hold on, Jude. Sorry, please forgive me. Sorry.
Yes, please.
Now, let's go to the church. What do they preach in our churches today? Growing up in Lagos back in the days, look, the society trains a child. I step out of line, the elders in my society will deal with me before my parents come. And when my parents come and they report it to my parents, the question they will ask is, I hope you took the necessary actions against him. And if you don't do it well, the parents are going to hit hard on you that you deal with him. He's also your child. Look, it is so annoying. Parents have shelved their responsibilities as parents and are not doing the right thing to raise kids properly. A mother will leave home. Where is she going? She's gallivanting all over the place, going to hang out with her friends when your kids are in school. You buy phones, you buy tabs and all that for your kids. Do you monitor what these kids are doing with them? When people point accusing fingers at the government, yes, the government have their own fair share of the blame. But what about you, parents? What are you doing?
It is a very difficult scenario to be. We have a break coming up shortly. Thank you very much, Charles. Let's get to read some comments. This one says, are politicians good role models or examples? Yes. I think people assume good role models are good people. They are just modeling what they are and who they are interested in. So for some upcoming ones who want to be thieves or scammers, politicians are good examples of what to do and how to get there. It is impossible to say that what jobs the young ones will do later. There's no way to tell. Back in the day, influencer was not a term our parents or us or even grandparents could have imagined. So now, how can we possibly presume to know what is relevant 15 or even 25 years from now? We'll be back after this.
No relaxer kit. We get free neutralizing shampoo and conditioner join.
What? Me, I know deal.
You're not even